Praise the Lord, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with Dr. Leisha, the preacher. Okay. Wow. I was listening to President Trump describe the gold card privileges. And while he was speaking, that's one of the ways that I interpret things or read. There you go. That's one of my type of gifts or like, yeah. Um, while a person is speaking, I have the ability to hear not only what they're saying, but I can hear what they're not saying, if that makes sense. So while he was speaking, I'm listening to what he's saying, but I'm reading what's really possibly, going on in the background. You know what I mean? And just so you guys know, I am on the crazy side of life. So if I look crazy, sound crazy, well, it's probably accurate. But while I was listening to him, before I forget it, I better just spit it out. It's so much, and it's hard to narrow my words down to just a few to describe all that I want to say. You know what I mean? Okay, but I'm going to try the best I can. I'm going to close my eyes and picture him again. I'm going to reenact, and give it back to you guys. Okay, so while he was talking about this gold card, it pulled me to my eternal deficit of mankind theory. You know how I'm working on this new theory called the eternal deficit of mankind. It's my work. It ties into that. While Trump was talking, I realized that in the background, guys, he, our President Trump, this is just my interpretation, my intuition. Okay. I can't prove what I'm saying. Of course I can't. I don't have any, like with my real life, and I'm on here talking about my real life, I have receipts, you know, but the stuff that I'm about to talk about, I don't have any receipts. I don't have any evidence or proof or nothing. It's just what I'm feeling while he's speaking. I feel while President Trump is speaking, I feel that he and President Obama, well, for a former president, but I just like to use the word president. So President Trump and President Obama in the background, they're working together to create an international America. They're doing away with black and white America. I mean, between their two minds, and then bringing in the Elon Musk piece representing South Africa, basically. I mean, I know they're in conflict or whatever, but it's just about money at the end of the day. But the point is, with these three energies, they have the ability to change the face of America. America will no longer be this war between black and white people. America will no longer have a need for quote unquote civil rights. It won't have a need for it because The black and white concept is being flushed away. It's being drained as though it is swampy. That is the true draining of the swamp. But before they can deal with white and black America, because see, he's bringing in $5 million immigrants. He's bringing in $5 million immigrants. I mean, that's like the minimum to sit at the poker table. Okay, that's the minimum to sit at the table. You can't even step into this country unless you got $5 million. He's trying to create an international America. The name probably will change because America, I mean, like, the way it was founded, it just leaves blood on the streets. It's just time for the old America to go away. Just go away. This is what I'm feeling, guys. This isn't me, okay? This isn't Alicia, Dr. Alicia the preacher. This is just what I'm picking up on listening, to conversations in the background, those private meetings, This is the energy that I'm pulling from these people. So once all these, at minimum, $5 million citizens join our country, then anyone that's considered black or white that's remaining, not even white people in America at this point, is balling like that. I mean, of course, there's always, a few, but the average white American is not no $5 million heir, not generationally anymore. And I believe that's where President Obama came in. President Obama came in, even though he had a white a white mother, he had a white mother, but she didn't have a white mind. His mother did not have a typical white American woman's mindset. She didn't. This woman traveled the world. She raised him in Indonesia. You know what I mean? She was not a typical white woman. Back in that time, you know. Now I'm sure there were plenty of white women, busting those kind of moves, but not in mass. You know what I mean? Back in those times, in the 50s, the 1950s, the average white woman was still at home cooking and cleaning for her husband and raising kids, fighting for, quote unquote, equality and stuff, hoping for it at least. It wasn't until the 60s before it really kicked off. But, they was, you know, kicking up some dust in the 50s. But the average white woman was not, when that woman was having him, you know what I'm saying? So she's able to travel and marry outside and, have a baby by a black man and not even be married to him. And I mean, she just wasn't the typical white woman. And she didn't raise him to be either, to be a typical black boy. So he has an international mind. He has an African type father, I think Kenyan, from Kenya. And his mother, yeah, she was a white woman from America, but She was different. She was different, you know what I mean? And he, President Obama is just a very diverse, he's different. You know, he's not the average bro that I know. I mean, I'm just saying, you know. And when his mom was doing her thing or whatever she was doing, I mean, he ended up with his white grandparents in Hawaii. I mean, like, that's just some different shit. But getting back to this gold card thing, um, so you have all these, you know, big international players at the American table. The American table is like our government. And so these immigrants, trust me, if he's telling us about it, it's already set up. It's already set up if we know about it. You know what I mean? If somebody like me can be live talking about it, trust me, it's already going on. And that's why they firing the current United States government because it is so divided and it is so racially motivated. And it's just swampy. That whole black and white war that we have here, this civil bullshit, it's old, it's unattractive, it's no longer valuable to the world. And we're being flushed out, black and white America, black and white America. Because at this point, we're so mixed up. We're so mixed up, melted and blended together. It goes against, we as Americans have gone against almost every other country. Every other country has its own people, its own nation, its own identity. You know what I mean? To a degree, to a degree. But to the point where a bunch of outsiders can't come in and just take over. Now, are there some countries that have been taken over? Yeah, I'm sure there's been others besides us here in America. There's been others that has experienced it. But on a global level, most countries fight to keep themselves as pure as possible. They reduce the mixing. They don't want to lose their originalness, their pureness. But here in America, we're just wide open legs. We're wide open legs. And so other nations can come here and unite on our soil as we die out. We've aborted ourselves. There you go. We've aborted ourselves. We've divorced one another. We've mixed ourselves all up. We don't even know who we are anymore. We're so mixed. There are, so other countries can come in, change the laws that allow them to enjoy the liberties that Black and white America has established already. We've established the liberties here, the freedoms, the liberties. We've established all that here. We've done all the hard work, Black and white America, not just Black America, but Black and white America right now, we're being reduced. We did it to ourselves. We did it to ourselves. But if we want to continue, which it sounds like the men in America, the white men in America and black men in America, decided to give up, decided to give up. They're in the bed, not only with black and white women, but our men, white men, black men alike, they're into that international market because they know what is coming. They know, and they're trying to mix themselves in, you know, by marrying the women and having babies and stuff so they can be connected to the wealth, the $5 million players coming to the table. They want to already be deeply invested. As much effort that has been put into that, okay, because they know how to select which women are going to be available, you know, and they know which women are the sacred women, the women that no foreign man will ever touch in order to keep themselves pure, in order to keep themselves original as possible. Here in America, we don't do that. So we have our American legs wide open to the world, to the point where we can't even defend ourselves. We can't defend ourselves because we sell ourselves for short and cheap. America look like a cheap hoe. Whether you a man or a woman in America, you a bitch wearing a dress and heels and makeup. Whether you're a man or a woman at this point in America. So we have just hold ourselves out to the point where our entire government, federal government, is about to be majority international people. They're buying their way in. It's not hard to do, you know. And I feel like I need to stop right there as far as that goes. But at the end of the day, America may also be the place, the pot, the instrument being used to settle debt. You know, different countries are going to want to invest to settle debt. And there has to be a place for this to occur. Now I'm getting more into that eternal deficit of mankind theory a little bit. So, biblically speaking, you know, well, maybe I should say biblically influenced. There you go. I'm biblically influenced. So, when it comes to like the 12 tribes of Israel, now, of course, there are many, many, many tribes on this earth. Many tribes, many nations, many people, many languages. There's many. But biblically inspired, there are 12 tribes that are focused on the most. And those 12 tribes are the ones chosen by Most High to discuss certain matters, to make decisions on earth. Others basically are to report back or into the 12 tribes. And only those 12 tribes, leaders, are to really come together, in their representation or whatever, however it's set up or whatever. And that's how the earth is ruled. And again, like I said, guys, I am considered a crazy woman. All right. So if I sound crazy, look crazy, it's probably valid. Okay. But anyway, so once the whole black and white concept in America is minimized, we become the minority. The whole black and white ball will become very, very minimal here. And you're going to see a whole Chinese population. You're going to see an entire, each country, nation, people out there that can come to the table that are accepted. Their goal is to keep their nation strong. There's not going to be all this interracial marriage and stuff. That's a part of the black and white system. The new system coming, it's not going to be no mixing of the marriages and stuff because each nation want their inheritance. And if other nations keep bogarting their way, bum rushing their way up into your nation, then you're giving away your inheritance that is promised from above. So yeah, some nations get more than the others and they, which makes the ones that get less jealous or whatever. But I mean, like, so I believe the United States will be like, the central place where all other nations invest in order to keep themselves pure, or they won't be infiltrated. It won't be legal ways to steal inheritance through marriage, through divorce, through, you know, whatever ways, abortion or neglect, all this stuff that we do every day in America like it's easy with no thought. I have met women in my lifetime that used abortion as their birth control method. That was their birth control method. I haven't had one. I've never had one. Never. And I'm not saying that to make myself sound better than nobody else. Oh no. Men have been touching me since I was 5 years old. 5 years old being touched. So I could have had a baby, you know, I could have been a teenage mom easily. Born and raised in Detroit. Born and raised in Detroit. Touched as early as 5 years old. I could, you know, abortion could have been a part of my life. Easy. Easy. So I'm not unique or special, but I'm just saying I never experienced it. I never had one because I don't want to cheat God. I don't want to rob the Lord. He said, be fruitful and multiply. And he set up the 12 tribes. He set that up. That's his way, according to, what we read in the Bible, what I read in the Bible. You know, only so many people can lead. Only so many. And somebody has to be the one to do the job and be selected some kind of way. And it's not that these people are so much better than anybody else or anything like that. It's just that somebody got to do it. And some of us want to be the ones doing it, but we weren't chosen. And so we want to steal from other people. We want to, compete and whatever else. Claim the prize anyway or bogart our way and whatever. But at the end of the day, Most High is going to collect. And we all going to come correct. This is his creation, his stage, his good and evil process, his tree of life design, his salvation plan. It's all his stuff. We're just playing our part in it. But those of us who are greedy and lustful, um, I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I'm talking to me too. Those of us, those of us, who are greedy and lustful and, all that stuff the Bible talk about that holds up the show. It's holding up the program. The sooner the sooner you, the sooner we get our shit together, then all of our lives will be better. It's really just that simple. We're the ones holding up the show. There's always somebody holding up the line. So what do you do to keep the flow going? What do you do? We have to start with ourselves. And by faith, it'll spread. But Trump is helping. He's helping this. He's unclogging stuff. You know what I mean? He's really draining this whole black and white thing. He's draining it. He said, "Time out for y'all black and white people. I'm tired of y'all. Y'all don't make no sense." And we just give ourselves away and, you know, you know, like we don't care. But yeah, we want to walk around like we just all of that. People from other countries, you know. And then, when we travel around, we're trying to spread our way, push our way on people. Well, they're starting to push back. They're pushing back because we dropping our seed all over the world and not being responsible. We're trying to bankrupt them the way we're bankrupt. And they're like, no, no. And so they're about to pull their resources together and get a gold card. And they're going to be sitting at our tables. And guess who's going to be serving them? So, yeah, DEI is no longer needed for black and white people because to the foreigners, the immigrants, at this point, if we get enough of them coming to the table with minimum $5 million minimum, We get enough of them in this country. And then they become a part of the federal government. Black and white people become equal automatically. And we're going to be the people that's, you know, all of us easily identified. We're easily identified compared to them. So whether you black or white, we're going to be, we're like bulldozed over to be the same when it comes to them because they're going to be so united. They're going to be so united and so pure in their genetics till we're going to be serving them together, black and white, serving them together. We're the new minority, black and white. We're you may as well just say we're the mulatto. We're the mulattoes, the mutts in our own country. We're the mulatto mutts in our own country because we've been fighting all this time. Over what? Over what? Whether you black or white at this point, we all lost. And there's an immigrant takeover. We can't even feed ourselves. Because once they snatch their people back, once they snatch their own people back out of this country and purify them, it don't take that many generations to purify, because they have so much purity of their own. Even if they pull their people back and reclaim them, it won't take them long to, you know, repopulate, keep to look, to be, it just won't take long to flush us out. There you go. It won't take long to flush us out of their system. And then all we're going to have is one another. And that's it. Because, even Native Americans, it's really hard to tell Native Americans from white people. It is. It's not that, I mean, like, I don't know the difference between a Native American and a white person, unless the Native American got on some Indian looking clothes. You know what I'm saying? So, unless natives breed with black people, they're not distinctive from white people. So that's just how mixed up we are here. Whether you native, black, white, we're pretty much all the same at this point. And that's why we are easy to conquer and take over. So this is just crazy, wild thoughts. But it may be nothing new. It may be nothing new as well. You know, but it's the kind of stuff that I think about, you know, and that's probably why my life is kind of small. My life is small because I have these kind of thoughts. Like, why do I think I have the ability to mentally be in private presidential meetings? That's some crazy crap. It is crazy. You don't have to. I agree with you. I'm laughing with you. But if you want to continue to be entertained with my wild, crazy thoughts, click like and subscribe. You know you want to subscribe. You know you do. Yeah. And hit that notification bell so that whenever I come on again, you know. So these are just some extra thoughts real quick before I click off. The only way white people have a chance to catch up and beat out, to catch up and beat it. I don't think it's impossible, but white people are going to have to unite. Black people, we're tight, we're joined to the hip with white people. So, with it, whenever they move, we move just like that. It's always been that way. I mean, whatever they do, we do it. We're copycats. It is what it is. I mean, and even when we have original ideas and stuff, we let them steal it and get the money. We don't copyright. We're copycats that don't copyright. You know what I'm trying to say? So the best thing Black people can do at this point in order to counterattack, it's a counterattack. Okay? In order for white, Black, Native Americans to counterattack this immigrant takeover using gold card membership, membership citizenship, the only way we can counterattack that is to have one political party and push them out. That's the only way. One political party is the only way we can push them out. Because think about it. Trump was a Democrat, but the only way he could win was to piss off the Republicans, join that ticket some kind of way. And I mean, he pretty much had to just bum rush him. He had to go hood. I mean, can you imagine how hood he had to go from being a Democrat to a Republican? And he's an immigrant? What? You know what I'm trying to say? I mean, that's like some Mike Tyson level punches. So if the rest of us get over there on the Republican side, I'm not saying abandon the Democratic Party, but maybe give it time to rebuild itself. And I think we all need to, I don't care if you're independent, I don't care if you're Democrat, if you, whatever else is out there, just press the pause button. Just press the pause button. And let's all unite under one ticket to take our country back. Push these, well, we'll get as much of those millions as we can. I mean, let a few people come on it. I'm just saying we could use the money, but we don't have to let them take over. We can take some money, but we don't have to let them take the fuck over. So we have to unite as a country in order to get these immigrants back to their own places. Because are we over in their countries? Well, yeah, we are. But I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, we're not in their country the way they trying to come into ours right now. We're not we're not overstepping to that point. You know, we may do some dumbass business deals, but we're not like taking over complete governments. Now, South Africa, I'm gonna have to do some research on that, but I'm really not interested in, in finding out why white people think they can, you know, do what they doing over there. That's just weird to me. But again, that's some other video. But right now, We can push back, but it's going to take all Americans, all foundational, like Native Americans and constitutional Americans, Mayflower type Americans and stuff, the slaves that they brought with them on the ships. So we're the descendants of these people, okay? Whether good, bad, ugly, evil, whatever. We are the descendants of these people, and we're all mixed up today. Mixed up with everything. A little bit of everything. That's just how hoish we've been. It cracked me up when I saw that little white girl talking about Uncle Sam, my baby daddy is the government. I was like, what? Anytime you got white women all proud and bold on social media talking about the government is her baby daddy because they took away the right to abort her child. Whoa, so yeah, I mean, like, it is so easy for other countries to come here and take over because we have lost our natural righteous minds over here. Okay. But we can get it back. We can get it back. But even if no matter how messed up we are here, other countries don't need to come and try to take over our government. Just like how I'm always putting my second marriage, talking bad about my second marriage. Just like in my second marriage. No matter how bad he was, I didn't have to leave no money on the table. I came from some bad stuff, but I still benefited from being in a family. You know, so that's life. So, just because we're going through something here in America, because we're going through something, you know, don't mean that other countries get to get in our business. Them home wrecking hoes. They just as hoish as we are. If they think just because we going through something, they can come over here and take over, they just as hoish as we are then. Why kick somebody when they down? You know what I'm saying? That's like a homewrecker. That's like the other woman, the other man, seeing you going through something. And they want to come over and like, hey, or whatever. These other countries think they can come over here and tell us what to do? Huh? Just because we going through a little something, something here in America? They out of their minds. We know how to come together long enough to get them out of here, get their money, get their money and send them home packing. Just like they've been doing us for years and years and years. It's time to do it back. If they come on our soil, get the money and send them home. Because I don't think they're coming here to do us good. If we're being minimized, eliminated, you know, and all mixed up, yeah, yeah, we contributed to it. But still, they don't give them the right to, you know, take advantage. We just need to unite and fight. And we need to reevaluate ourselves. I mean, like as a country, yeah, individually, yeah, but I'm talking about collectively and give ourselves time to heal the right way. We have to confess our faults. We have to admit what we're doing here. and then fix it. Agree to and follow through on it. We got to stop stabbing each other in the back. We have to. We got to stop abandoning each other, aborting each other. We got to stop. We got to stop divorcing each other, separating all the time. We have to stop hitting each other physically and spiritually. People have learned how to hold their hands, but kill you with their tongue. And then you have people that do both. While they beating you, they cussing you out, beating you. You know what I'm saying? So, you're getting it coming and going. You know, we're that tainted. It's at the point the whole world hate that we're here. They don't want us in their country no more. And I don't blame them. We're going over there, spilling their women, making babies that we don't want to take care of. Who can respect us? But anyway, I'm just one crazy lady out here talking her stuff. So click like, subscribe, the notification bell. I'm not monetized anywhere on social media, but I do have a PayPal if you just want to be nice. It's Dr. Alicia the Preacher. That's my PayPal. All right, guys. Bye.